Hello, welcome to my channel. There's a few videos that I'm posting up, and today I am going to be talking about traveling in Morocco, as in around Morocco and also within Casa. Like I said in my first video, if you want to travel around Morocco, do take the time to rent a car because it will make traveling around much easier. But in order to rent a car, you do need a carte de séjour. If you're going to stay here long term, if you're on a tourist visa, there are agencies here that you can go to, ask your hotel about it. I don't know much about that, but I know there are some car renting agencies around, but I think they only rent out to people who've got, resident permit to stay here long term. And if you can take the car to travel anywhere else, there's so many places in Morocco that is quite nice, but do know that they are actually they're quite far to travel to. So I'm in Casablanca. Marrakesh is 2 hours away. Agadir is about 4.5, 5 hours drive away. Essaouira is about 4 hours drive away, but you have to go through Marrakesh. Walidia is another place. It's 2 hours direct from Casa. It's another tramway. Rabat, the capital, it's about 1 hour away. Rabat is also quite gorgeous. Mohammedia is a beach. The Sublet is one of the more popular ones. That's about 45 minutes away by car. All these places are easily accessible if you have a car. If not, then chances are you will probably be stuck here in Casa. But I'm not saying that you can't go around Casa. If you have a car, it's better. But just be aware of the drivers. That's all I'm gonna say. Just be aware of the drivers. They are. If you don't have your own personal vehicle like me, then you can buy one of these two cards. Alright, so this is the rechargeable one where you paid 7 dirham for one way or 12 dirham for two ways. And this is the one where it's rechargeable. I think you paid 100 or is it 50 dirham at one time. And then after that you go to a kiosk and you top up from 6 to 60 dirham and you can do like several transactions at one go. But I use this a lot because I take the tramway quite often. To get this, you need to go to like a main agency, and there are not that many around. So you've got to find it. There's an app, and the app is updated all the time. So sometimes information are not, as current as it is because it's still being updated. But there's one at the interchange, which is the terminal of Anwar and Abdul Mumin. And you just, you pay for this card and you get to use it. There are also student cards. If you're a student here, there's one more card. I can't remember what it is, but you can check the website for it. It's called Casa Tramway. There's also tramway in Rabat, but there's no tramway in Marrakesh. So if you are in Marrakesh, make sure that you find a place to stay that is within walking distance. I would say find a place that's quite near the main souk, the Jama Al Fina, the main souk, and make that you can walk around. Alright, because otherwise you might need to take a taxi. Alright, second thing, coming back to taxi here in Casa, you can take taxis. There are two types of taxis: the red ones, which you pay, smaller ones, or the big white ones that can fit about 8 people. That's the only difference. The red ones can fit about 4, and then the white ones can fit more people. Now you can either share a cab, so it's a cab ride. If it's Uber, it's kind of like Uber share, except there's no pickup that you can ping on your app. You just flag it down. So if you're in a car and you tell the driver if you didn't say anything, when he drives somewhere and there's somebody who flags him down, he's gonna stop and pick you up and pick somebody up, and you're gonna start sharing with this other person. But the drivers will only take if it's along the way. All right. So the fee that you end up paying might be lesser, but you may never know how it is because you can ask for the meter to be switched on. It may work and it may not work. So just know that you will be sharing with a bunch of strangers when you take the taxi here, whether it's a 4-seater or the big ones. So the big ones, the red ones are kind of more small city, I realize. So where I'm staying in Oasis, if I were to go to the beach in Diab, for example, which is normally about 20 to 25 minutes by car, the rate taxis will not be able to take you there and come back. They can't. I did it before. What I can do is you take the big white ones, and again for that one you just have to pay the price. So if you want to be alone in that distance of 25 minutes, you pay about 150 dirham for that one ride, and it's just you in the taxi. If you want to carpool with other strangers, you can. Like I said, you just have to be aware that it's gonna be later. So there is a tramway, there is a taxi. There are also buses here. I've never taken the bus. I don't know how the buses work, and I'm not too sure where the lines are. But there are buses here, and if you are brave enough to do it as a tourist, I would say go ahead and try it. If not, you can take the taxi or you can just take a tramway. Lastly, I would say you can walk, but you're going to be doing a lot of walking. The pavements may not be the smoothest that you see. They're bumpy, trees overgrown or like cave in pavements and all that. So that's just the city. It's the same as you see in some parts of Rome. They're still the same as you see in some parts of Jakarta or Malaysia. So if you want to walk, make sure that you get good shoes, no back pain, and you can walk around. It is possible. I've got a friend who did it. So she took the tramway to the city center, to Place Nassans Uni. So that's where the center is, Place Nassans Uni, or United Nations Place, name of this one. Then you just walk around the main touristy area. It can take you the whole day. It can take you a couple of hours, and then you take the tramway and then you come back. So that is if you are staying outside of the main city center, because Place Nassans Uni is where the hotels are. So that's it for the transport over here in Casa. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, and write me a comment on what you think. If you have been to Casablanca, I would like to hear how your experience has been. Till later. Ciao, ciao.